Hello and welcome to the video. In this video it's a very quick look at two of the latest video transmitters from the guys at AKK. Now I've already looked at a couple of AKK video transmitters and I've been pretty impressed. AKK, although we hadn't heard of them before a couple of months ago, have been making video transmitters for a very long time. They're one of the outfits out there in China that makes the video transmitters for most of the top brands that we've been buying for ages. So these are their own versions that you can buy direct. And recently they brought out their ultimate versions of a lot of their most popular video transmitters. And the ultimate versions have some benefits over the other ones. They typically have higher power outputs, they support wider input voltages, they typically have higher current ratings for the cameras as well. Come in lots of different form factors. I've got the FX2 Ultimate Mini here, which is very similar to the one I had before, and I've also ordered one of these little FX3 Ultimates, which is the kind of board that will sit on top of a little 20mm flight stack. But they're available also in standard sizes to fit on top of a full-size flight stack or flight controller too. So in this video what I'll do is very quickly unbox them and go through some of the specs, so at least you'll be aware of what's different between these and the standard ones that I've already talked about. The first one I'll talk about is this one. This is the FX2 Ultimate Mini. Pretty standard looking video transmitter. The thing you have to be careful of with this one is there are two versions on the website of AKK, one for the US and one for the non-US. I think we're going to see an awful lot more of this as the FCC is really cracking down at the moment in the States on anybody that's selling video transmitters for FPV that don't comply with the regulations. In fact, they are fining lots of people at the moment. So I expect going forward, we're going to have US and non-US versions. In fact, we'll end up having video transmitters specifically designed for specific territories to comply with the legislation in those areas. I think this is just the start of that trend. So let me just go through the specs of the non-US version. It has 25 milliwatt, 200 and 600 milliwatt power switchable, also has a 1.2 watt or 1200 milliwatt power level as well, unlockable by pressing and holding the button that's actually on the video transmitter. Smart audio support again from friends at TBS. There was on my last video that I did lots of questions about how does the smart audio work. When AKK first started out, before they licensed everything with TBS, I think there may have been a couple of issues with the smart audio implementation. Because it's all properly licensed now, it seems to be absolutely spot on. So with everything but the very first AKK video transmitters, I've never heard of a problem with the smart audio compatibility. 7 to 26 volt input, so it will support up to 6S directly, both a 5 volt and a 12 volt output for your camera. MMCX output only. The cable connections at the solder pads at the bottom, it's already got some wires on here as well. The dimensions are 36 by 22, again 30.5mm hole, so you can pop it if you want to on top of a flight stack, and it weighs about 8 grams. Supports bands A, B, EF and race band, but be aware that the US version I think only has 1 watt of maximum power and potentially has a couple of additional channels that are not available on that version too. The other one to look at is going to be this little fella here. This is the AKK FX3 Ultimate for more compact flight controllers. So it supports pit mode, this one, 25, 200, 400 and 600 milliwatt power switchable. Still has 1 button power and setup. Smart audio support again, so you can configure it all via the on-screen display and things like Betaflight. 7 to 24 volt input on this one and only 5 volt output for the camera. Interestingly, it both has MMCX and a UFL connector for your antenna. Connections again are solder pads. Weight is about 5.4 grams excluding the antenna. It's 26 by 26 millimeters with a 20mm hole mount as well. Again, interestingly, on the AKK website there's a note at the bottom about what can and can't be used due to the FCC regulation. So I have powered these things up and actually just popped the immersion RC power meter on it just to see how it's gonna run. And what I'm finding is that the power outputs are very similar to what you get on a lot of other things. So on the 25 milliwatt, you can be getting anything from about 16 to about 40 milliwatts, depending on the channel that you are actually using. On the 1200 milliwatt setting, interestingly, I'm not reading that maximum power setting on the Immersion RC Power Meter V2. It's more like, and again, it seems to be very much dependent on the channel that you're using, it's more like about between 800 and 900 milliwatts rather than the 1200 milliwatts that's actually in the specs. But for me, I'm not a massive fan of running really high power levels. I don't think it's the option to get really long range. I think it's the last thing that you should try and do if you're looking at increasing your range for FPV. I think the first things to try are going to be things like using high gain directional antennas, more sensitive receivers and things like that, than just using a sledgehammer of a video transmitter to try and get maximum range. Because with higher power, you get higher heat dissipation, you get an awful lot more multipathing, and it just is like somebody screaming and shouting down the field rather than talking in a normal voice and you having a good microphone that you can pick it up with. So do be a little bit careful with those higher power levels. But hopefully that's interesting for those of you that have seen the Ultimates come out. Have been interesting what they are. I will be using these in builds in the next couple of months, so they'll be going on top of the spares bin. So when I need a nice compact smart audio capable video transmitter, these are the ones I'll pull out. If you found that video useful or like the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to go the extra step, you can become a Patreon of the Painless 360 channel and help provide support for what I do here. All the videos created here are put into playlists, so if you're interested in a particular topic, have a look at the playlist, and they all are organised in there to make them easier to use. If you're not sure if there's a video for your particular problem or topic you want to know more about, then add Painless 360 to the Google search term that you're interested in, and that should find the video, article or content about the particular thing that you're interested in having a look at.